lose some people.
Yikes.
Ah, shit. I forgot to buy some donuts.
That is a problem.
Okay. All right,
Maury,
we're
Maury,
live.
Maury. Ladies and Gentiles, monkeys and reptiles, boys and girls of all ages, except those who are below the age of 17, I believe it is, because we're set to mature. Welcome to the final chapter, potentially, of Stapleton Investigations.
Dun, dun.
Um, when we left off, there had been a tragedy. Sorry, don't mean to make light. There was a tragedy. The horrible worm had snatched up Queen Bridget at the last minute as you guys shuffled off through the portal that she opened, allowing you to escape certain death and destruction at the sacrifice of herself. The master especially seems to have been hit very hard by this. The portal took you guys, God knows where, but you landed on the deck of a mighty airship, surrounded by Shanakesian soldiers, who immediately took you to the brig and threw you into lockup. When we left off, there was a loud bang, rumble, shake, and the entire airship listed to one side and then started coming back. And I believe that is about where we left off.
Wasn't me.
So, let's go ahead and get this party started right.
Oh, we have animations.
Oh my god, it's full moon. Werewolves on an airship.
So we are trapped in the cells of a somewhat angled airship.
If I'm not mistaken, I think, if I'm not mistaken, which I could be, I think Telemachus was just asking, or sure,
Good old Jimmy.
Jimmy was just asking about whether or not the doors were half pins,
Yes.
and I
He
think
had a
got the
plan to
indication
knock
that they are.
the hinges out. He had a plan
And
to knock
also-
the hinges out.
Before I continue, I should ask, I'm supposed to be particularly affected, right? Because I was the last one there and I saw it. But also
Well-
because when she, not charmed, but affected, I guess, affected me. You said that,
Well, she didn't charm you. It was,
She was just very charming, is all.
yeah, more innate than that. It's like
It was
a
empathy.
natural thing.
it was an empathic connection that you felt.
Okay.
In
Like
essence,
the description.
The master experienced love on a level that the master had never thought possible.
So then by that thought that I'm supposed to be, am I playing this appropriately? Like,
It's however you choose to go with it.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's no wrong way. But your character is your own. I'm not going to fault you if you decide to discount it. Although I am very impressed by the way you have been playing it. So
Yeah.
you go with what feels right for your character.
okay.
That said, there is a lot of commotion
Mhm.
on deck. You can hear shouts. You hear the occasional retort of a musket or flintlock. You hear the clanging of iron, shouts, screams, and every now and then, for those of you near the exterior wall, you'll hear.
That wasn't me.
So, as we discussed previously, these are the infamous half-pin barrel hinges. There is, in fact, a bench in every cell. I proceed to lift up my bench, wedge it betwixt the bars of the door to the brig, and just give it a good old smack, trying to raise it up out of its hinges.
Fair enough. Go ahead and just give me a strength roll, if you would.
Aye, aye.
Benches are quite cumbersome. Clang! No dice.
I keep trying it.
Alright, go for it. Yeah, that one will shake the first hinge out of its. You could lift it out from there.
Oh, all right. Guys, do the same. Do the same, or wait patiently, I guess. And I try and get my door out.
I start to fidget.
Okay.
Kong doesn't
I
do well
will
with
say
dishes.
that the noise overhead is reaching a crescendo. In fact, you've heard a couple cannons fire. You've heard a number of people falling to their certain doom. And it's starting to pitter out.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Do I need to see if I noticed what Jimmy just said? Because I'm trying to like step into a corner to compose my.
I said it pretty loud.
Yeah, we can put it to a roll, but if you want to role play it, it's
So
up to you.
you're trying to remove the pins on the door, Jimmy?
So, if you were watching Jimmy, you would
Yeah.
see that actually they're just not retained properly at the top of the hinge. So if you can apply leverage to lift the door, they lift off of their pins. And the benches provide decent leverage if you wedge them into the door.
Which
So
pin?
basically it's door hinge, wall hinge, pin.
What?
So if you hit the right one, it jars the whole thing out of the pin, and you can actually remove the door.
What pin's been removed already?
But you're each in an
It was
individual
onto my cell.
You're in an individual cell.
All right, so we're not all in like one central.
The door has bars in it, right?
Yes. Yeah, you. Yeah,
And
go
they
ahead.
Can't just do the bar and.
Nice.
They took all of our stuff, right?
I don't
Maurice
want to
is
use
like,
the bench, though.
Are the
I don't wanna
doors
use the
barred
bench.
from the outside or are they locked?
they are locked.
I'm gonna help everybody else.
I'm gonna jump up onto my cell and like grab it and just start.
All right.
Carl,
As the,
I help you. Everything's fine.
I don't have a character sheet on this one, so I can't like. I guess I just use the D&D thing.
yeah, that's fine. I will say this. As you guys are working your way out of the cell, which we're gonna say is at this point you figured it out. You'll manage. It just takes some time. The fighting overhead has reached, like I said, it's reached a crescendo and is actually starting to die down. As you guys make your way out of the cells, right? You hear footsteps coming down the gangplank above towards you, like rushed footsteps, many footsteps.
Many footsteps. Oh,
How big is the stairwell? Do we remember? Are they coming down 1 by 1, 2 by 2, 3 by 3? Because they got to funnel through the door, right?
Actual.
At maximum, there's no door. It's like an open stairwell going up, but at maximum, it's going to be 2 by 2. At maximum.
So I'm gonna.
We don't have any weapons.
No.
yeah, they took all of our weapons. You have your holdout dagger that you gave to Master, and if it's the Shawneesians, we don't want to fight them. That
I'm
we can
gonna-
negotiate with.
Debatable. I'm gonna run up against the wall and like plant myself flat against it, waiting for him to come through the door.
Okay. All right. So
What do the Shawneesians look like? Just
people.
They have a distinctive military uniform on right now.
what
Yes,
color is their military uniform?
First
So I
crit.
guess.
Blue and gray.
Blue and gray. All right.
Sonic Asians, for all intents and purposes, are like
Did
this
Did I make the
plains
roll?
half elves.
So
I don't know.
yeah, you've completely decimated your cage door there.
Food.
Find a chest without things.
You're not sure where it is.
Okay.
All right. So the footsteps come tearing down the hall. Kong, you're off to the side, like prepared to strike, right?
Yep.
All
Sweep the
right. I
legs.
need you to make me a perception check, please. Okay. As you're preparing to defend yourselves hardcore against whatever danger comes flying down, possibly the Shanakesian militia, you are instead greeted by two familiar faces and a small regiment of people behind them. Kong, you notice in time to avoid striking a friend. As you see, like I said, two friends come tearing down the stairs.
I pounce, but as I notice them, I'm gonna use like the wall I'm against to actually push myself off and ricochet to where I don't hit them. Do I need to roll for acrobatics on that?
Oh yeah. Oh, your visuals aren't updating, by the way.
There
If
what?
that matters. Your visuals on the stream aren't updating.
What visuals?
It's
He's
just the
displayed a
title bar.
picture.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
just the
okay.
picture that you sent me.
Okay, it's all good. Yeah, but it is Stapleton and Phoebe riding at the front.
Hey, thanks
of
for
a
the
Beck-
follow, Sugar Queen.
Oh, very much. They're riding at the front of a Bechtelite regiment, coming in behind them. Oh, what ho! What ho! Good chaps, my friends. I'm so glad you're still alive. So glad. Even Phoebe is bouncing up and down, although it's a little creepy because it's Phoebe.
I yell Phoebe and I run up and give her a hug.
She hugs you back.
Phoebe,
Here,
Phoebe,
let me
I
put
Phoebe,
like
Phoebe,
both of them.
Phoebe, Phoebe.
There we go. I'm gonna put on the Stapleton hat.
Stapleton hat. Boss, this whole operation has gone sideways.
Tell me, what's gone wrong? Was it the Queen?
Yes,
Where
I
is
look
Bob?
behind him to ensure that they are Becklerites and not Shanakesians.
Definitely Becklerite.
I say, probably a little worse for wear, if not dead. So, I'll give you the rundown. We got here. She had been cursed by this weird mirror, stolen some portion of her soul, her magic. She wasn't going to be too specific on that one, and honestly, I don't think I could get a straight answer out of her. I'm not that good. We found it, surprisingly. And Master went and pulled her right through it. And then we faced the largest fuck-off dragon you ever seen in your life.
Dragon. We've not
Something
seen
real
dragon
similar.
here for over a century. Are you sure?
Not my specialty, but pretty close. Pretty close facsimile.
It was a very shadowy dragon.
Shadowy, you say?
Yes. And rather
we
large,
found
seemed like a
it.
very ancient dragon.
We
Did he
found it
say his
adjacent to the crypt of
Did he
a
say his
very
name?
important man.
Any chance?
I did not catch a name, no.
He made fun of us and then tried to kill us.
Was this perchance
Ah,
in any way attached to Zendel of the Aberrant
It-
Flame?
It was right by his crypt. Boss, that guy's a lich.
God, be damned! My friends, you are so blessed to be here with me right now, still standing, for you face none other than Voltaire, the shadow worm of the ancients. That creature is legend.
I don't know if that makes me feel better or worse.
Are you sure it took the queen?
There's pretty good odds. Only Master saw, and he's not not too talkative right now.
Master, are you sure you don't have anything to share?
Not right now, I don't know.
I've never seen you like this, friend. We will talk later, yes?
Phoebe, did Stapleton get hit in the head? He hasn't always talked like this.
He's got this adventuring hat on.
He's on fire from the fight above. In fact, his blunderbuss is still smoking.
He's like, this is what the field is like again.
It's been a while. That poor man's been trapped in an office for some time.
Ah,
Sit down, whippersnappers. It's time for me to take control.
she sent us out. She had some powerful trick up her sleeve. And we made it through. She sent us here, God knows why. And they immediately arrested us, as you might expect.
Well, Queen Bridget is not one to be underestimated. In fact, there may be some chance that the good lady is still alive.
She's a bit scary, but I am fond of her, so that'd be nice.
Also, perhaps we need to speak alone.
Harry, oh,
Give
she's
you a
lovely.
full report.
She is
A
the
lot of
most
friends you
lovely.
brought with you there, boss.
Well, we have commandeered this ship. Once again, it was a Becklerite ship. Those blasted Shanakesians took it over. A bunch of
Just
rebel
wanted
freedom
to ask
fighters.
you, is there anybody on the steering wheel right now?
Of course.
Okay.
I'd like to roll insight
Okay.
against Stapleton. I expect this to go well, but blasted Gunakesians, he was the one who sent us here, so it seems a little weird. Oh, natural 20!
What exactly are you trying to figure out now?
Bellissimo.
It's two-part. The first one is it actually Stapleton? Second would be, is he being honest or is he being guarded with his words? I think would be the best. Basically, is he knows who's
Is he
behind
lying
him?
for the benefit of the Becklerites?
Does he have a brain worm?
No, it is actually a changeling mask. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's definitely Stapleton, and he is being totally honest, as he has always been.
I believe we need to speak about our erstwhile allies.
Well, I have commandeered the bridge. I have my man on the wheel, and the captain's quarters are ours. So, if you will follow me, I will return your belongings, and we can sit down and discuss, perhaps over drinks.
Let's take a walk, boss.
He said
So-
drinks.
Maury's all over that.
Something better than that sewer water.
So he leads you
So it is
upstairs.
Stapleton.
I still taste it.
It is Stapleton. He leads you upstairs and through a winding corridor, through the aft of the ship, into the captain's quarters, which are actually fairly lush, all things considered, and allows you to sit down. Has one of his men bring a meal. It's nothing fancy, but certainly better than you've had in a while. And invites you to sit down at a table that looks remarkably comfortable, but given everything you've been through. Phoebe.
Have we been restored our gear?
Yes.
Good.
Phoebe has been flitting around this whole time between each of you, just looking at you with the wonder of a child. But in her eyes, for those of you who made eye contact, you see something far deeper, something far darker, something Stygian behind those innocent eyes.
So it's normal Phoebe.
Normal. standard Phoebe, which is very reassuring to Jimmy.
You guys have not seen Phoebe for some time.
Mm.
I know some of you were worried about that. So you settle down. It's a meal of some type of bird. Not really sure what. Might be a seagull, might be a hawk, might be an eagle, might be a pigeon. You don't know. At this point, you probably don't care. And of course, a
Pigeon will
mug
do.
of frothy ale for each of you. Not the best ale, but definitely not the worst either. All right. So everybody sits down. Phoebe's off in the corner playing with her toys.
Wait. Are we talking about like toys, or are we talking about EB toys?
We're talking about finger bones and a couple skulls.
Phoebe toys.
Phoebe toys.
Her last toys were living zombies. So
This is
Improvement.
Living zombie seems like an oxymoron.
you'd think, but you've met Phoebe.
You've met me too.
This is true.
No one knows that, except for maybe Draken.
So Stapleton looks at Jimmy. Says, all right, Jimmy. Report. Spare nothing.
Full report. After our arrival, we first reported to the Queen to get the lay of the land, to figure out what we had actually been contracted for. And after a scintillating discussion and Maury's near death attempting to inspect a mirror more closely, we returned to our temporary base of operations at the Matcha Cafe, the Yerba Mate Cafe.
Lovely.
Short answers from that. She wanted us to figure out the mirror, which had stolen a part of her, stolen her reflection. The mirror's a bit. It's a bit. Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there, Maury. There's an order to these things.
And the muddy water, and the
Mirrors from the Feywild. She had been granted use of the ambassador's chateau while she was in town, and it appears to have been his. Potentially left there specifically for this reason. Attempts to magically inspect it by our dearest Maury. They didn't go so well. We had to pry her off the thing before it killed her.
Why? Are you okay?
Sure.
Can't have been that scary. She tried to do it again later.
We'll talk later, Maury.
Yeah, there's not
Sure.
something right about her, boss.
Back at the cafe, we
Where's the
settled down,
donut?
we made some plans. Those plans were shot immediately because the ambassador came to have a chat with Draken. You want to fill him in?
He was honestly a little bit of a letdown.
The ambassador.
I expect a certain amount of protocol when I am being threatened. If you were gonna come to my room at night, there is a proper procedure to these things. I expect to be treated properly if I am to be threatened. And I especially expect that if you give me the thing to say to get out, you give me time.
I do respect your need for propriety and paperwork.
Exactly. How else am I supposed to flee in the middle of the night if you don't give it time? But
Very
he was,
proper. Very proper.
of course, as I am, I was not really taken aback by it, so I did obviously speak to the gentleman. Asked him if he had anything to do with the Queen's disappearance. His response was, it was none of my business and none of my concern. Which I took to mean yes. In a outed way. After which, we had a set of assassins upon us.
Assassins, you say?
Yes. Using...
The most unusual and squirmy variety.
I start chuckling and say, he said ass.
Kong,
Yes.
Fast.
Okay,
On topic. They were infested with a particular mental parasite that we're trying to us as well. Thankfully, a few of us managed to catch on before it happened, and were able to alert the others, and we dealt with all of them.
Were any of
Extraction
you
was not fun.
infected?
Most.
Several of us had the worms get into our skulls, but we were able to extract them.
So everyone is
Hopefully.
okay. No one is affected.
We hope so. There was a bit of doubt about Agrin, but we took a good look in there. He didn't seem to be too bad off. We might have got him before they made it to his door.
Agrin, you're a very special case within my employ. Are you sure you're okay?
I take that as
You're
a
gonna
no,
take a moment
boss.
on that microphone check. He's got the webcam mic going.
Yeah. This does not build confidence.
I said we cut his head off, boss.
Kong, I appreciate your enthusiasm as always. However, we do not cut the heads off fellow investigators.
I put the butter knife back down on the table.
The butter knife? You have your weapons.
His isn't sharp.
Yeah, mine give people bruises. Maybe some missing teeth.
So we fought him off, right? And very quickly after we fought him off, we sent our most scintillating investigators, the Master and Draken, out to reconnoiter the street. We were making some plans. We were gonna lay low, do some investigating, maybe go to ground. They had lined the rooftops with big men with bigger guns.
Bastards!
So we ran out the back and jumped down a well.
A well, you say?
It connected up to the sewer system. I procured a small map to help us along our way through my other contacts. And I could see why no one went down there very shortly.
Well, I
Oh
must
god, that
say,
was awful.
although I'm sure it was terrible, but I am quite impressed with your ability. You've done quite well.
Yeah, so we'll skip through the last bit. We found some wild shit down there.
Well, literally.
And yeah, some of that, but also just these stone elementals, these big lashing tentacle fiends that were quite hardy and seemed to have been set to guard
Don't it is.
the way into the crypt. The crypt of Zindel, of the Aberrant Flame, where we located the twin of the Queen's mirror, the Queen's reflection.
Wait a minute.
Uh,
You said the twin. Is
I'm
there a
pretty sure
chance
there
that
was
there's still
two.
another half?
Yeah, there's at
Yes,
least
there's
two.
another
There's
half
the one
of
up
the
in
mirror
the
at
chateau.
the Queen's lodging.
So if Voltaire only took one half, perhaps the queen is still alive.
Ah,
Two full mirrors,
oh,
but
it's open. If we pulled the whole queen through that mirror, my hopes are lowered. If we pulled a reflection out of it, I don't know what that means. This is not my specialty, boss.
potentially that she doesn't have a soul, but
You can get by just fine without those. Trust me.
Freya, Agron, this device you said was from the Feywild. If anyone knows any details about it, it's you. Can you give me any insight as to the nature of this device?
the mirror was made out of the lava from one of the volcanoes up north. I forgot the exact details of what you told me, like, this is so many weeks ago, but I explained all the details to Stapleton.
Yeah, obsidian. From the northern realms of the Feywild, you say?
Indeed.
Hmm. Well, unfortunately, my information on the Feywild is limited. However, I have you here, my trusty investigators, my dear friends, and you must be tired.
Oh, very.
There's a cabin for each
Rather.
of you here on the bridge, and I want you to rest. Take one night and rest. Under guard, in safety, you have my guarantee. One night, and tomorrow we will resume and we will fix this. Can I get a huzzah?
Boss. Huzzah! But, I gotta ask. Who are we with on this one? I see you showed up with the Vectorites. We were here for the Seneshazen. They get me every time. Shawnakesians. We were here for them, and you've kicked them off the ship. Maybe they stole the ship, but that happens sometimes.
Well, they were freedom fighters, in fairness. They were not here on any official level. However, I do honestly understand where they're coming from. They were sent clandestinely to protect their queen. However, you can't just commandeer another empire's airship.
It has some ramifications, but boss, the Vectorites are bringing something down on us. Maybe they can lose an airship or two.
What do you mean?
Boss, the calamity that's coming.
Now, I know Sovereign Damus myself personally, and the man would never seek to do any harm. Not on that level.
Oh, it's maybe not him, but some of these people we've been running through. They're involved.
This does concern me, and I will, of course, as always, take your words with great gravity.
The
I
ambassador.
trust you, but we got to keep an eye out.
I would not trust that ambassador farther than I can throw him.
No, certainly not.
The Vectorite ambassador.
Yes. Like I said, coming to someone's room, that was cartoon villainish.
What's a cartoon?
It's little drawings I sell to children. It's good work. I'll teach it to you later.
Is that where you learn what senpai is?
You're close.
Those are sold to older children, and I don't handle those.
Oh.
I have
And
even
off
I
to
have
bed with you.
morals.
Off to bed with all of you.
How many hours do we have?
Draken said he'd show me what senpai meant.
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
No. How old
Please
are
send
you?
your fan fiction to.
I am 15.
Raken has made it very clear that he is not interested in anyone that does not have female and scales. He has a type. He is speciest.
Yes.
Wait until polymorph.
Oh Lord. That's
Oh no.
Maury hitting on Draken? Because I don't think that's a pairing we've done for the fan fiction yet.
so.
Again,
You guys-
Maury is our designated hand.
Everybody head off to
Shift
your
the bar,
individual
so.
cabins before this becomes an FBI case.
Hey, yeah, nothing to see.
Oh
here.
yeah. We're safe. The boss is here. We got an airship. I'm turning in for them.
You have one night,
How many hours?
8 hours. Uninterrupted. Rest, meditation, sleep, whatever you need to do. 8 hours.
I thought we maybe get some kinky books to read though, with that conversation.
Well, the Bechtelrites are a little stuffy in the realm of kink, so unless you brought your own, which you probably did.
Yeah.
They probably wouldn't appreciate you ransacking the ship for it. They've only just got it back.
This is true.
Oh yeah,
Um,
by the way, many dead people and Phoebe on one ship.
all the
Don't
dead
worry,
people are
camping.
all the dead people are no longer on the ship.
Oh yeah, they are walking on the ship, sorry.
No, they're no longer on it. They got thrown overboard. And you guys are about 3,000 feet up.
Happy times, happy times.
Are we over the water?
It's hard to say because you're actually above a very thick layer of cloud and fog.
Fair, fair.
It's still storming, as you can hear.
Nice. With animation on the screen. I love it.
Yeah, Shun wouldn't let me live it down if I didn't do something like that. So, pretty uneventful night. Fingers crossed.
Brainworms for everyone! No.
Sounds about right.
You only get to pull the brainworms card once.
This is true, and I have already done it once. No, you guys do get one free night. One free night.
I don't know what I'm
Only
using
free
it for,
night.
because I actually have not been injured, so I don't know. Practicing stealth probably, just like
You can use it to process some emotional trauma.
I would like to speak to both Jimmy and Master at some point during the night.
So,
Oh,
here's-
perfect.
stealthing
Jimmy
into
was
the
going to come
corner and
looking for you.
crying.
one of
Here's what
the
we're gonna
That's
do.
my night.
There is a day room available, right? A galley. Within the galley, there is a decent stock of alcohol and food. You guys have a full 8 hours. If there's any discussions that need to be had within the party, now would be the time to have them. If you need to discuss anything, you could sit in the galley and talk. You could meet in each other's rooms. Go ahead and do that now. And bear with me 1 second. I will be right back because I'm going to refill my drink while you guys discuss.
Alright. Draken can go
So-
first. I think he got the jump on everybody.
I need someone.
Yeah, I'm
of
gonna.
you to
I'm
talk
spending the.
Stapleton.
I'm spending whatever time I have stealthing into a corner and crying. It's like you don't
I
know
would-
who's there, but it's just tears.
Oh, I was actually hoping to speak to Master and then go looking for Jimmy.
You're gonna have to see me first, so.
Give him that stealth roll.
Perception.
With disadvantage.
Yep.
No, if you're crying, do I have
Yeah.
disadvantage on the fact that
Draken,
I
what are
can't
you
see you, but I
doing?
can hear you?
Silent tears, bud. Silent tears.
Draken,
Alright,
what
silent
are you doing?
tears.
Are you searching for somebody? It looks
I-
like.
I can pretty much guarantee that ain't gonna find anybody.
Yeah.
But,
You got to roll
Try rolling
anyways
again.
then.
Alrighty.
Master.
let's all talk to Jimmy. Alrighty, so starting with easy one. Things get bad.
Yeah.
I've been working and obviously have seen some new abilities lately,
Fitting.
including one that lets me out of tight spaces.
like the back of a Volkswagen.
Okay, that's good. How far away does it get you? Because that thing comes down, it's gotta have to be pretty far.
90 feet. As long as I can see, I can go over 90. I can go 90 feet, and more importantly, as I'm me, leave an explosion when I leave.
How does
That is a good
work?
one, but I don't feel like it's gonna quite do the trick when that thing comes out of the sky.
No, I don't mean for that. I mean in case something happens, we need to move quickly. For instance, with the things we had earlier, with the 3 things that are the tunnels.
Oh yeah, that would have helped.
I can explode the area I was in, and I can take someone with me.
Oh, that's pretty good.
And I'm not speaking quietly. I'm speaking loud enough that if Master is around somewhere, he hears me, or he hears me. Because I'm also going to make it clear. I'll just speak out to the open air. He's probably not around. He's probably somewhere else. But same thing goes for you. If something happens, I can move us 90 feet. Leave a little present for whoever's by us.
Is there a window in that room where we're talking?
It's an open room. If you just walk through.
It's centrally located within the airship.
I want to sneak.
In response to this, I say, yeah, that we're gonna need stuff like this to get us through a few fights. I feel like going up against the Ambassador's forces, maybe the Vexlerite Empire. I say a little more quietly. Maybe that'll take some more firepower. But what are we gonna do about the big old rock in the sky, and not the one that's usually there?
I'm gonna try to stop it, but if we fail, I might have an idea. Things go south. Get everyone near me.
All
Yeah.
right.
I also get something. I had an intuition. You want to see
I'm actually-
what I come up with?
Maury, you
Sure.
have surprised me before.
Okay, I'm gonna step to the door and cast hypnotic pattern on the party in the room.
Oh, no.
Just
Did you
Just
guys
okay.
forget about the scrolls you have?
I actually
Remind
just,
us of the effects of hypnotic pattern there,
you
Maury.
just sent Jimmy a message.
you create a twisting pattern of colors that weave through the air inside a 30-foot cube within range. The pattern appears for a moment and vanishes. Each creature in the area who sees the pattern must make a wisdom saving throw. Basically, she come up with when she was drunk. On a failed save, the creature becomes charmed for the duration, 1 minute. While charmed by the spell, the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0. It's a wisdom save 14, and it has a range of 120 feet.
120 feet. Are you hypnotic patterning your teammates?
Yes, I make pretty colors.
So
Jimmy is hypnotized, but if you Draken, have you explained the functions of those spells to Jimmy?
I will. I will explain them, but I keep it quiet so that only Jimmy knows. Because I was
There you go.
That's not targeting me and Freya, right?
As Jimmy is hypnotized, he says, "Yeah, that sounds like it'll work."
it's something 16, I think I made it. So I just keep talking. I was told it in confidence, therefore I don't want that information around, but yes.
Yeah,
But those are my fail safes.
that sounds like it'll do just the trick, Draken.
Lean over and smell his
Have you
wine.
seen that?
Smell the ale.
Not me, right?
I pointed the hypnotic pattern. I say, "Have you seen that?"
You can't see it.
Alright, you've just been cut off, and I move it away from you.
I'm gonna see.
Need you
It's fine.
thinking clearly.
Jimmy!
That's fine.
Jimmy!
Maury. Maury, why'd you go and do that?
I told you, I asked you even.
You're asking Maury, the one
Maury,
that drugged the 15-year-old?
Mhm.
it was
Allegedly.
a very nice trick, Maury.
What trick? I didn't see anything.
You saw the glimmer of something, but you weren't charmed by it.
So, real quick, Everybody give me a perception roll, please.
Bum, bum, bum.
Okay.
Oh no.
Everybody that wants to. You don't have to.
Oh no.
Bum, bum, bum.
Master. Jimmy.
Hold on, I'll give you.
Dang, guys.
Yeah, pretty fitting.
We're on alert. Except for Maury. She's drunk as.
Yeah. Yeah, except for
No,
Maury
we
and
needed
Draken.
those for later.
Maury and Draken both. Alright, so everybody except Maury and Draken. Notice
Sucks
the
to
top
suck.
half. Notice the top half of this little head phase through the top of the table that you're sitting around and start like looking at you. With a familiar set of eyes.
Might it be a Phoebe head?
So,
Phoebe.
Drake, can you prestidigitation me a little bit? I'm a little bit dirty because of the shit.
Yes, she's watching you all, but she's not hiding it very well except from, two of you.
I'm.
You
Maybe
got any
just
tricks
focus
up
on
your
what's
sleeve,
important.
Phoebes?
Oh, zoop! She disappears back down.
Oh, I was gonna bop her nose.
Yeah, she got some tricks.
What happened?
She just wanted to see what the grown-ups were doing.
Okay. What were we
I'm
doing
gonna
again?
go to Stephen.
Just contemplating the end times, Kong.
Just discussing.
Coming up with a game plan.
Whenever you guys are done, you'd let me know. There's no rush. Discuss. This may be the last time you guys all have this chance.
Kong's not really a planner.
Yeah, he doesn't fit plans very well.
He can plan about
forget
5 seconds
those.
into the future.
Don't forget those scrolls, you guys.
Oh, hey, Master, you still got those swords?
Are you-
Yes, but you guys have the scrolls, so don't forget those.
A scroll of what?
I ain't got a damn scroll, Master.
Thanks.
Well, you're not
You
a
know what
caster,
we
so you
do.
don't need one.
Oh, nice. Thank you for reminding me, Master. Appreciate that.
I know where Master is because I was hoping to fill you in on needing to get out of tight spot as well.
don't
Yeah, I
think-
heard you. I just appear out of nowhere, and you're like, ugh. Alright.
I'd like to think that I'm just used to you just appearing. It's like I assume you're just not. I assume you're around me at all times, judging me.
Yeah, I'm just over here.
Anyways,
okay
I
with
asked
that
because
fact.
do you plan on using both of those at once, Master?
Yes.
You hold on to them then. I don't need one.
Maury,
Swords, yeah.
Me?
are you carrying all of your gear at the present moment, or did you stash anything in the room?
I
have
stashed
other
a
weapons if you
dagger
wanna
in
look at
my
those.
hand.
Are
Actually,
you carrying like your pack and everything?
yes.
You actually have your pack on you sitting in the day room?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Maury's developed a bit of paranoia, you know.
Yeah, I have my stuff too. I mean, I just got it, so.
I mean, same.
Mine's
Maury?
all in my room. I'm armed, that's about
Maury? You felt something shift in your pack.
I'm gonna turn and slap something that isn't there, maybe.
You pass through the air. There's nothing there.
I look inside.
Something's missing.
I know.
There's a book missing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Phoebe.
What
That's why
book?
I wanted to go to Phoebe.
What
Where-
book?
Where's Phoebe?
That's the immortal question.
What book? Mori, what book is missing? Freya starts freaking out a bit.
I'm gonna search for Phoebe.
Well, she's
Hold that if I need to burn it down!
Oh, Maury's
I-
serious.
I start talking to Chucky and I pull the string.
That's inside my head. I'm just like getting really red in my head and go out the door.
Maury just stormed out of the room, red-faced as hell.
Chucky
Focus,
responds.
please.
Chucky responds, "You're all gonna die."
Yeah, pretty sure that's the truth.
Very fitting.
Chucky's a prophet. No one knew.
Yes, Chucky.
Ugly
Yes.
prophet.
Chucky knows.
Don't make fun of Chucky.
Hopefully we won't all die if the book that is missing from Mori's pack isn't the plane shift one.
The what? A plane what?
Hey, guess what, Freya?
What?
You're not the only one with plane shift.
What's a plane? What's a plane shift?
Jimmy looks over at Draken and raises an eyebrow.
Is that what the book looked like?
Why I
Since
mentioned
you've
spells.
mentioned it, I will be happy to share. Thanks to both Master and Agron, I have actually been gifted.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh no, he's shifted out of the chat.
He's been healing.
The real plane
Yeah.
shift.
He returns.
Dun dun dun.
11 out of 10.
Perfect.
We await your dulcet tones. We got no audio.
Oh man.
Wow. Strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
Oh man.
He's gonna relaunch a time or two.
Going for the double.
So, while we're waiting, Maury stands up, red-faced, and just talking under her breath about something that starts with an F or a PH sound, storms out of the room. Like, just panicked and pissed off as hell looking. Out of the blue.
Hey, that's a living Draken. right there.
Apparently, I was about to give information, and then everything dropped out.
Yeah.
Mwahahaha. It was my master evil plan.
So, all cards on the table, since Master's mentioned it.
Oh.
Thanks
wait.
to Master and to Agron.
Let me get my slightly larger glasses on. Hang on.
I have plane shift and a wish scroll. So if things go bad, form a circle and I will try to get us out of here somewhere safe. If we are unable to stop this, I plan on using them to keep us all alive.
Why don't
I
you
may
just
suggest-
use the wish to stop? what's-
Draken. Use your wish. Use it right now.
Is that Phoebe? Or is that is that the Yeah, are you telling me to use it?
Is this the very voice of God?
God telling me to use the wish? Because God can go suck it. I'm not
Wow.
using it unless I have to.
Wow. E.
Draken will fight God. It's coming.
I was gonna say, are you challenging God? I
before you
think we
do
have
that-
enough problems.
Before you do that, I think Freya was trying to say something. What were you saying, Freya?
If I may offer a suggestion, like if we need to use plane shift, I say that we use it to get us all to the Feywild because it is a plane that is familiar to me, Master, and Agron, and we can navigate the lot of you safely through it.
That was actually my thought exactly. I have actually been having conversations with Master, and he's been kind enough to give me some ideas where might be a spot to aim for. Try to get us.
Wonderful.
And though I will also be completely honest with all of you, they are above my ability at the moment. Draken looks a little upset when he says that. There is a chance that if I try to use them, it will not work.
Well, if you lots recall, I teleport very freely back and forth between the Feywild and here, as I can pretty comfortably sniff out portals into the Feywild, such as fairy circles and the like. So, if need be, I can find us all one. May need to do a bit of traveling, but we can find one.
More importantly, you may need to land.
And also,
Definitely the better person for this, because I just mentioned the city that I'm from. You know, I really don't know the surrounding areas. I don't know the Fomorian borderlands as well as I should, but I'm from Astrazalian, so that's where I said would be a good place.
so I'm hoping perhaps together can increase my ability and chance of working if needs be.
I would say we should rely on the person who's been teleporting back and forth to do the movement if we need to.
I completely agree with you, Master. If we can find a circle or something that can transport us back and forth, just know that, God forbid, we need to do this in the middle of the ship. This might be the only thing that works.
Yeah,
So-
prayer for plane shift and move for whispering if you can.
Real quick, Maury,
Try
you turned red-faced and stormed out of the room while they're all chatting. Not to interrupt. You're not finding her anywhere.
I'm gonna
You're-
find Stapleton.
You can. Yeah, that's fine. You'll find him, but I just wanted to let you know. So you're storming off to Stapleton. The rest of you guys, please keep going.
I just had a thought.
Oh, that's
Now, this is-
dangerous.
Thoughts are very interesting. They typically lead to wild and crazy plans, most of which don't involve us dying. They do involve the walls of reality working with me. You've obviously seen what Phoebe can do. Phoebe has the ability to do things too. Perhaps send us over, or move us.
I will ask if I see her. But Draken, I would take better odds on you and that scroll. Doesn't matter how hard it is to read.
Indeed.
I've only
And I
been
have the-
along.
And I have the natural ability to shift into the Feywild personally, or at least to find circles, though you, in this instance, might be the only one with the ability to use that scroll.
Jimmy stands as if to leave.
So
and
I am the
says-
backup plan if the scroll does not work.
He says, "Thank you for the delivery there. Thank you, Draken.
I've only been alive.
I trust you, and I wouldn't rather face this with anybody else. But it would be nice if the world actually survived, and not just us. I do live here, you know."
Oh yes, and I would much rather save this world as well, even though it's not my native one.
Jimmy, did you want a scroll?
No, Master, you hang on to the scrolls. I'll pass.
You seem
They're
kinda
where
put
they
out.
need to be.
Having an escape plan does not preclude us from making an attempt at
Draken
saving the
has-
world.
I want to
Draken
have
has
5.
Draken has plane shift and wish, but Maury has the weird spell, and Freya has the glyph of warding. I have the wall of force that I didn't get a chance to give anybody. If anybody can cast that,
And
tell me and I'll give it to you.
I can try to cast it. Can I have it?
I can hit somebody over the head with it.
I can do magic, and I pull my wand out of the bag.
Oh no.
Oh Lord.
I say,
You want-
and on that note,
No?
The
I'm gonna
whole
get
party
some
dies.
rest in.
Does anybody need this?
But I'll see y'all in the morning.
No.
I said I'll
Alright.
take it.
Can you cast?
Yeah, you want me to? What? Can I? I'll show you.
Not with the wand
Why?
by yourself.
Jimmy heads off to his cabin, and he
You're-
just sits there for a while, wondering if Phoebe's gonna.
You're a monk, buddy. You can't cast.
Ooh, don't judge me. How do you know? How do you know until I try? I've never tried. Maybe I can. Maybe I'm super awesome. Huh?
Maybe you are.
Chuckling out of character. It's not indicative of my emotional state at all. I'm having a great time, but no, I'm not. Like,
So if you guys would give me a perception check again.
Would I make it as well, since I'm no longer in the gallery?
Yes.
oh man, that hurts.
All right. So
It's physically
Agron,
painful. Mm.
Mr. Sparkles.
It's Dr. Sparkles. Because I
Dr.
choose to be referred to as a doctor now, for no other reason than it amuses me.
I'm a doctor, damn it.
So Agron, Dr. Sparkles, and Jimmy. You guys all hear muffled voices, raised voices, primarily Maury, shouting at what you think is probably Stapleton. Shouting angrily. A lot of cuss words going on.
I listen in, but I'm not going to interfere in that. That's the boss's problem.
The last thing you guys heard clearly, most of it was muffled. The last thing you heard was, "Fucking damn it, Phoebe, where are you?" That was very loud. But the three of you heard that.
Jimmy just says out loud, Phoebe, you gotta make Maury mad like that. Maury's no fun when she's mad.
You say that out loud
I do say that out loud in my cabin.
in your cabin? From behind you, you hear, "Why is she mad?"
Did you take anything out of a pack?
It's just a book.
I think she's attached to that book, but I don't know. What's the book say?
Jimmy,
Yeah, Phoebe.
she shouldn't be attached to this book.
Do tell why, Phoebes.
I don't think you'd understand, Jimmy.
Ah, you know me. There's a whole lot I don't understand these days.
She floats up and kind of arcs around until she's eye level with you. You're staring into this Stygian void within a wrap of innocence in her eyes.
Jimmy's grown more comfortable with the Stygian void.
Yeah? And in fact, it's like looking into a mirror of your soul. However, as she leans in, and you smell on her breath lilacs and decomposition, she says, "Jimmy, within the pages of this tome lie both escape and decimation on the most literal sense. None of you want to read this book, Jimmy. And if you do, you will not die, because that is not dead which has the capacity to exist eternally. But with strange eons, even death may die.
Oh,
Good night, Jimmy." And with that,
Good night,
she fades
Phoebe.
away.
Jimmy processes that one for a minute. He just leans back, thinking it over.
You're welcome to try and make a. I'll give you an Arcana roll to try and pick out where that came from.
Oh,
It's
I
gonna
know
have
the
to
real
be
life
high.
roll.
It's gonna
I'll
have to
try
be
the
pretty
Arcana.
high for your character. So Agrin is bidding everyone good night. Yeah, no idea.
Jimmy thinks it over.
It's just Phoebe being Phoebe.
Just Phoebe being Phoebe. He says, that doesn't sound too great, honestly. But I do remember the phrase for later.
All right. So you
When I
tie-
get up, I may remember to mention it to someone else.
That works. All right. So is everybody going to bed?
No.
Anybody else got anything they want to do before bed?
Yes.
Almond, what do you do? What are you up to? I know you're still kind
I'm
of searching
gonna
for Phoebe.
look for Phoebe. And if I'm not finding it, I'm not getting a long rest.
All right. I'm going to give you a chance to find her. Give me a d20. Nope. You do not turn up Phoebe at all. So, are you going to spend the entire night searching for her, or are you going to at least get a short rest?
Can I help her search? Or
Well,
Is Stapleton searching as well?
he is, but it feels like he's not putting his all into it. And Master, if you find Maury searching, I tell you what, let's do an interaction between the two of you. So the Master finds Maury frantically searching through the aft deck of the airship for something. And Master, you're curious. Please, by all means, interact with Maury.
Maury, what are you looking for?
Phoebe.
Why?
Because she stole something.
What'd she steal?
You know, I told you about the ticket out of here.
Yes?
She basically stole that.
Is that book you had?
Yes.
Mm.
By all means, I'm not really qualified to handle anything. But less so a kid.
Yeah. I'll help you look. That seemed kind of dangerous.
Thank you.
All right, I'll give you one more chance to roll with advantage. Go for
What are
it.
you rolling? Are you rolling perception? Because I don't see your modifiers
Oh,
in there.
Investigation.
Inve-
Are you proficient in that?
well,
You gonna be alright?
it's okay.
Okay.
Blam.
Nice.
She's a professional investigator.
That is pretty
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Doubles.
Thank
You smell the lilacs.
So you do find Phoebe.
Nice.
Is she
No.
reading something?
Beyond the figurehead of the ship, out onto the bow, there's a long shaft of wood that juts out about 15 feet.
Yeah.
She's sitting on the far end of it, dangling
fuck
her
with
feet
her.
open,
Don't fucking
reading through the book. Much like a kid might read through The Giving Tree or Where the Sidewalk Ends.
Mage hand. I'm gonna tuck on the book.
Are you gonna try and grab it?
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Yes.
I'm behind her watching to see if I need to step out to get it if it falls.
So you send your mage hand out.
Hey, Master, how are you gonna get back from that one?
Mm-hmm.
You send your mage hand out to grab the book out of Phoebe's hands. Right?
Yes.
Give me a d20 to hit.
Is it my spell attack or is it just normal d20?
Just a normal d20.
Glamorous. Oh my god. I needed that 19 though.
Your hand gets out about halfway, and Phoebe and just
Phoebe.
poofs, disappears with the book.
Give me the
She's
book.
gone. She's gone.
Didn't know she could do that. Well, I guess we'll keep looking, huh? Next
Your
time we
spell
find her, I'll
slots,
just
Maury.
step
What
over.
about your spell slots?
It was a cantrip, shut up.
No, not that one. I mean the ones you're not recovering now.
Oh, I don't know. You hear me shouting through the night?
You better not keep me awake.
I'm
Drink
gonna
it.
keep
Yeah, I
you
don't
awake
sleep.
all night, Sparkles.
He needs his
I don't
beauty
really need to
sleep.
sleep though.
I will cast Fireball on this ship.
Sure, why not?
Just cast silence on yourself.
Don't have that. Draken needs sleep. I will put the pillow in my ears.
If you keep shouting all night, I do technically just keep hearing you. I never stop hearing you.
We're not gonna shout, are we? Maury? We're just
I'm gonna
look
wake
around.
up Jimmy. I don't fucking care.
Okay.
Um,
Jimmy,
Come
Maury,
knock my door down.
Maury, and I guess the master as well are waking you up.
I've been roped into this. It's just taking my mind off of my depression.
Nah.
It's fine.
Jimmy makes some noises like he's getting out of bed, but he was just sitting in the chair.
Yeah, I
He
know
goes
you
over
would.
and he ruffles the sheets a little bit.
Is the door closed? Is the door locked?
The door was closed, and if you bang on it, Jimmy, you hear
Is it
Jimmy
locked?
getting up inside.
Is it locked?
Yeah, yeah.
You hear a heavy bang.
Dong, 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 dong. Jimmy's getting up. He's coming. Don't worry. I make the preparations. I go over, unlock the door, and I say, Maury.
Shut up. Phoebe got something. She stole something of mine, and she gonna get herself killed with it.
She
I
stole the
don't
book.
fucking
Now,
care.
Like, what
Maury.
she stole. I mean, what is it?
I think Phoebe's probably a damn sight harder to kill than this airship, for one.
You
Two.
don't fucking know anything.
That's fair. That's fair, you know, I don't know much. But she did stop by.
Now, Jimmy, I just want to point out real quick, this is incredibly out of character for Maury. I don't think you've
Oh,
ever
yeah.
seen Maury act this way about anything.
Just utterly furious. But Jimmy's, he's a soft touch.
Like,
He's got the charm.
if somebody had
I'm
sold Maury's
gonna
flask,
Grab him
maybe.
on the side and put him as gently and forceful I can on the wall. You hear me. She gonna get herself killed, or even worse, if we don't get that book back. I got a book, and it's really dangerous. And I'm not letting a child read that shit.
We can have a chat with her. She stopped by, Maury.
Oh, how
To
nice.
warn me about the book.
Tell me where she is.
You think I can track that kid? She's practically a ghost. She's somewhere, probably. But she seemed to know what it was. She was saying to get us out of here, and it wouldn't be all that great.
Oh yeah, you trust an, I don't know, 12-year-old child to handle anything death related when she basically raises the dead?
Do
Actually,
we trust,
yes, I
do we
would trust Phoebe with
a
my life.
do we
More than
trust
me.
a child prodigy necromantic sorceress
More
to
than
deal with something death related?
In matters
Yes.
of death, I don't think there's an expert better than Phoebe.
I stick
Just so you
Hear
know.
I
me
say
right
that
now.
with all my heart.
I stick my head
Jimmy,
out
you
the
hear
door
me.
and say, "Can you keep it down? Some of us are trying to sleep."
Shut up, Kong!
Okay. And I just slam my door and go back to bed.
You hear me?
I'm listening more.
Reads that. She get her, first of all, mentally more ill than she is. And secondly, if she used that, what is in there, she is torn apart to pieces, building a fucking donut of a fucking gateway to safety, yes, for everybody else, but she gets herself ripped apart and she lives like that for eternity. And you fucking help me to find her right now.
Can I make a roll to calm Maury?
Well, first off, this is probably not making an entirely large amount of sense to you.
It's not. But I will make a roll to calm
Yeah,
Maury.
just look for her, because the rest of the party can't rest until we get this
Alright.
situation handled.
I mean,
Like,
Frey is
still
resting.
making
I don't know
noise.
what about I don't know about y'all.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you don't even.
You
Some
can
people need
make
to
a
sleep, like-
you can make a roll to try and calm Maury down.
It's taking a lot of time.
Okay.
Man.
Please base the roll on the backstory that I sent you.
I mean,
Um,
that's fair. You tell me, are you a 15 mad or are you a 20 mad?
honestly, at this point, you go out on a limb, despite your nature, and say Maury is an emotional individual. You reach out, you just wrap your arms around her in a big embrace and try to hold her close, like in a restraining but comforting hug.
Don't do
Ooh,
that.
that's a risk.
Don't do that to me.
Now, in your mind, based on what you know of Maury, this should help. But despite that, there is some almost tangible heartache that you can feel emanating from Maury about this situation, and she pushes away from you.
I have horror written all over my face and tearing right now.
This is a Maury you have never seen before. This is a heartbroken, damaged, and scarred Maury. This is not the drunken, happy-go-lucky Maury. Something is wrong.
Maury, when I see her again, I'll talk her to about it. But from what she said, she does not seem keen on using that book, and she doesn't want us to use it either.
Then why did we find her reading it?
Well, I said using.
She gets a mental illness if she reads it.
Just help her find the girl so we can go to bed.
If you've been
Everybody on
about
this
this for
floor
a
is
while,
being kept
Jimmy's
away.
already got his long rest, so he will actually come out.
We haven't
And
been
try
at
and
this,
talk to
I don't know
Phoebe
if we've
for
been
it.
at this long rest a long time, but like
Jimmy gets a
short
real
rest
fast
hours.
one of those.
Are you gonna try and find Phoebe, or you wanna?
I will go with Maury in an attempt to surreptitiously calm her down, but while also looking for Phoebe, because I think that would help calm her down.
All right. Go ahead and give me an investigation roll. If you want, we'll go at advantage.
I was
you have
gonna ask,
people
yeah.
helping you. Yeah, you got people helping you. This should be interesting. Let's see. You are not able to find Phoebe.
But am I able to calm Maury down as we look?
Not really.
If you calm me down, I just sobbing while searching for her.
She
I have
is
a better
getting
score than most people here.
she is getting remarkably tired though. She's wearing herself out with her emotional distress.
Can I give it a shot?
Finding Phoebe or calming Maury?
Finding Phoebe since I'm here.
I'll give you one more shot.
This better be
And
good.
then we just render Phoebe unfindable.
Pretty much.
I have a question.
Oh.
Probably not going to be the right answer, but investigation is actively looking for her. Can I just like stare into space and like vaguely? I have a better perception score than investigation. Help me out here.
It would be a higher roll you would need.
Never mind then. I'll just do that one. I figured that was what I needed to do, but I just don't. I'm not sure how that works because I don't know what that means.
Go for it, go for it. Give me a roll. Let's see. Investigation. Nope.
Oh, that one! I can't find my face.
Nope. Nothing there.
Oh, that was
After
painful.
another, say, hour of poking around looking for Phoebe, if Jimmy hasn't managed to calm you down at all, he figures it's best to just let you wear yourself out, and he takes his leave.
I'm so
He
sorry.
says, Maury, if Phoebe doesn't want to be found, you ain't finding her. I wish you good luck.
From here on out, anyone that wants to, that's been searching, if you still want to get a rest, you can still get a solid short rest in.
I'm gonna go into my room.
All right.
Say into the air, please talk to me, Phoebe. Go into my room. Basically destroy the room. Because I'm so angry. Like, knife marks everywhere. Everything is just tossed around. Get really drunk and sleep. And screaming while it.
So you scream and drink and trash your room until you pass out.
Yeah.
All right. So
What
everybody,
a Saturday night.
at least the three of you who have been searching, at least still get a short rest. The rest
Yeah,
of
that's
you,
all- that's
I
all
only
I
take 4
needed.
hours, my man.
that's fine.
Yeah, so I'm gonna like take the long way to my room and hope that like on the way there I vaguely get the sight of her, but I'm not gonna worry about it too much because it's not really.
Here, roll 1d20. Roll 1d20. Let's see.
After that,
I'll,
no,
I'll,
well,
I'll
that
give you the
distance.
chance.
Yikes.
Okay.
18 wasn't good enough. Oh. What do I add to that?
Not enough is the answer.
Not enough. It's okay.
I gave it a shot. And it wasn't
You
good
did.
enough.
All right, so you guys rest up. You wake up the next day. Stapleton greets you for breakfast. Everybody eats, I assume.
Ali, should we take our constitution, our union book?
Yeah, now's probably a good time for that.
If you would like, that's fine. We'll be right back after this word from our sponsors.
Wait, we have
Indeed.
sponsors?
have seen
There
the
he is.
sparkly dragon?
You. I'm just eating pitas with hummus, so I keep turning off my mic when I'm chewing.
Did you say you're
Fair.
eating penis?
Thank you.
Pitas! Pita
Pita.
chips with hummus.
Oh,
He eats his
'Cause-
neighbor Peter.
all I heard was penis. Sorry.
Because legitimately, within the reach of my headphone cords, I have all my alcohol. It is very dangerous.
Your
We're
middle
back live.
ear is a
Sounds very
child.
dangerous.
We're back live.
We're
The
back.
children are both upstairs sleeping.
It's all on. Okay, so before this gets too crazy, the night passes uneventfully as promised. You get your rest. Stapleton greets you all once again in the galley for breakfast. Phoebe is nowhere to be seen.
Of course she is.
Does everyone eat?
Yeah.
I assume.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a
All
given.
right.
Of course.
It's a nice breakfast of gull eggs
Blast you.
and
I'm
Raspberry.
sorry, Jimmy's allergic to gully.
beans,
Jimmy's allergic to food.
and then a
He can eat.
roasted orange peels.
What?
I dig into the last of those with like particular gusto.
Is
Roasted
that
orange
food?
peel. Yeah, unless you want to get scurvy, that's a good one.
All right.
And at this point, Kong starts to tell everyone that one of the most delicious things you can do is if you take an orange and you're out camping and adventuring, you cut the top off and you scoop out the orange parts, and then you crack an egg inside of it, and then you just wrap it up and you put it on a fire, and then you cook it for a little bit, and the juice from the orange goes into the egg, and then you take the top off and you got a little bowl and you can eat it. It's really good.
And
That actually
as
sounds pretty nice.
As Kong finishes that story, you see a small pair of hands reach up out of the floor, grab him by the hips, and yank him down through the floor. Like he literally phases through the floor.
Should we be
She's
worried about that?
downstairs.
I run
Maury,
down.
she's downstairs.
They'll work it out.
Can I try to like see where that was to navigate to that point on the ship below us?
You can try to, sure.
What is
You
that?
just yell out, Phoebe, don't solidify him between the floors.
That
Go
doesn't
back
work
to
well
eating.
if you're living.
What
Just go back
skill
to
is
eating.
that? What skill is that?
What skill is what?
What skill do I need to
Just
roll
run
to
up
see
to
where
me.
she
I run
went?
down there.
Let's try. We'll just go investigation.
Oh, my worst skill. Lovely.
Where the fucking hell?
This will be great. Oh.
Yeah, you got
I
it,
guess
Peg.
Maury got it. I guess Maury got it. That's good. She's the one who knows what she's talking about. So.
So you're heading that way. You're full tilt.
Yep.
I'm just gonna try to follow Maury if I see her. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going. Apparently. I don't know if that was good enough.
All right.
Was that good enough?
Not fucking it.
Yeah.
I'm just.
No, you make your way. You make your way down below decks. I assume people in tow. Anyone who wanted to come along. And you eventually find Kong sitting below decks by himself, looking a little dumbfounded and confused. I assume Kong got the message I just sent him, right?
No, but Where'd you send it? I have too many windows.
Sorry, Discord.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, so Kong's looking a little dumbfounded and confused, but he is sitting down below decks by himself with Chucky.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm gonna look around if I see her anyway.
You're not gonna find
Any-
her.
Why not?
She's not here.
Where'd she go?
I think she died.
What?
Yeah. She said bye. And she says we I don't get to play with her anymore. She said she's sorry.
Go back into my room. If
Uh,
anyone needs me, I'm in my room.
so she said goodbye, and you don't get to play with her anymore, and she's sorry.
Yeah.
Did she say why she's sorry? What?
Because we don't get to play
What did she
anymore. She said that she's sorry and she wished we could play some more, and maybe we'll see each other in another lifetime. And then she went poof. I think she died.
It's really surprising that she would say goodbye to Kong and not to the other people that were there for her.
Well,
Strange.
why is it strange?
Not that I'm one of them.
I'm pretty
Not that
awesome.
I'm one of them, because I have not been here.
I am pretty
I just
awesome.
mean- I just
We
mean
connected.
Rhea
We played a lot.
and Maury. You know, because they were like actively there for her and stuff. You know, like I totally wasn't.
Maury stormed off. Maury's not with you.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna
Maury
run back
look-
upstairs and see if I can't get more of those orange peels.
Maury looked very upset.
Seems like a nice chewy treat.
You okay there, Almond? Do you need a second?
I'm in character.
Sorry.
Everything is fine.
Okay. Just making sure. Alright, so the day passes, Maury in isolation, the rest of you going about your normal business, checking out the sights from aboard an airship 3,000 feet up in the air, watching the clouds, watching the scenery go by. You're actually passing over the realm of Gulda Shah, the pristinely beautiful elven realm below you. Trees and nature just manipulated in the sense of art. It's like if somebody could supersede the deities themselves and craft something out of the world itself and make it even more beautiful than the gods intended. That's what you're passing over. It is just stunning to see.
Rhea is admiring that over the edge of the ship right now.
Oh yeah, it's spectacular.
She is just like in awe.
It's like the Feywild. Yeah, that's fine, Maury. That's fair.
Does anyone have a copper coin?
Jimmy passes you one.
Heavens,
He
no. I'm
looks
not
over the
that
edge
fair.
expectantly.
I look over the edge. Are there any particularly beautiful sights?
The whole area.
Any big statues?
No, they don't really do big statues.
They might do large trees, though.
Anything that looks like a ripe target?
Well, in the center of the entire area, coming up probably in a number of miles, is a tree that towers above all else. Something that just pulses with life itself. Something natural and yet metaphysical at the same time.
I'm not that big of an asshole.
Freya,
Hey,
you
now
recognize. As do Master and Agron.
I pocket the
This
copper
is-
and walk
I
away.
hear if you throw a penny and you make a wish, it comes true.
Woo! And I go over to the corner and I close my eyes.
This is the spirit tree of the elves.
I'm
This
not-
is the pulsing life force of every Feywild creature on this planet.
I'm not tossing it at that, obviously.
So some of you are viewing this with a certain sense of reverence.
I'm tossing it at the ant right there.
It just happens to be on the spirit tree.
All right. So as you
Oh.
guys are, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna ask Master Kong, do you actually tell everybody else what Phoebe said?
Does anyone ask?
I actually probably wouldn't. I would assume you just had a normal weird day with.
It's Phoebe.
I just
I
assume
asked,
Phoebe
but-
is running around where Phoebe is.
I will say everyone notices I'm a little more like I'm not my normal mischievous self. I'm a little more just mopey.
And Maury
Going
is
through the floor scare you that bad?
And it was just I was sad. And I walk
I'm
away.
sure it's not that bad.
Do you like it? Is that what you want to do it again? I'm sure we can get her to do it again for you.
I just ignore him and I keep walking along the deck.
Maury's
You
nowhere
alright, bud?
either.
Maury needs a little time.
Yeah. Although no one's quite sure why.
I'm guessing it's alcohol
okay.
with
It's a little
withdrawal.
stressful. Probably not
So-
that.
So
I don't know. She hasn't been drinking lately. We should fix that.
as you guys are
I drank.
as you guys are milling about doing your just mundane normal, from up on the crow's nest you hear a lookout shout, "Row, row, 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 row." You can't really make out what he's saying. The wind's blowing too hard.
That is immensely helpful. Have we heard him shout anything from his lookout before?
No, but if you look up at him, he's like jumping around pointing.
Yeah, hey, I'll look.
Row, 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 row. Back at you.
If you look,
Yeah, Freya looks up and she wants to, yeah, see what he's pointing at.
give me a perception check.
Okay. Remember my modifier again.
Plus 3.
Really, turn on that import character option.
I actually don't think it works. I think we tried that before. It didn't work.
Oh, rip.
Yeah, I know.
Because I've got like Freya in the character vault. To
I
import
know
her.
that we tried importing Call of Cthulhu and it didn't work.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
You have to have a certain tier, I think, for Character Mancer.
It's all good though. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get through this. Plus 7. Damn. Right on.
Oh!
Blam.
Smooth.
Blam. Blam. Blam.
Raken is actually paying attention for once.
All right. Kong, are you gonna roll too, or are you just
No,
distracted?
I'm distracted and moping around.
All right. So the four of you looking out at where he's pointing, you see a number of small silhouettes on the horizon. They look like much smaller airships, maybe like individual sized. Each one of them with like a flapping wing type structure and a propeller on the back. But they are beelining straight for you. There's you
That
can't only-
action time?
it's hard to say. There's 6 or 7 of them, but they are beelining straight for you. It's still pretty distant.
That doesn't seem good.
Anybody
Yeah,
have a
it's action.
Anybody have a spyglass or anything?
I don't think so. Let me check.
Oh,
Rip.
No. But from an abundance of caution, I will go to my cabin and get my gear.
All right. So you go get your gear.
Don the armor, strap on the sword, whole 9 yards.
All right. Stapleton is at the front of the ship right now, at the bow, with a spyglass. And you hear him cussing under his breath. God damn it!
Is this something
Do
we
we
need to
arrive
take
as a
care
group?
of?
Do we form up?
Mr. Stapleton.
Yeah, if you like.
Let's stop to get Maury, actually. We're gonna need more. Scale of 1 to immobile. How drunk is Maury?
Immobile. Maury is pretty much half naked, laying on the floor of her room in a puddle of alcohol and vomit.
Ugh.
Ah, that's not great. I'll drag her up to the bed and go, Maury? Maury.
Yes.
Hey, Maury, if you needed to fight somebody right now, could you?
Maury, roll a 20-sider for me. Give me a d20.
Sure.
She takes a swing at you, narrowly missing your jaw.
I evaluate the fortitude of the swing. Did it seem dangerous?
There was immense purpose behind it.
I'll take that as like a 50-50 sort of answer. Yeah.
I'm gonna stand up, look you right in the eyes, pluck some crossbow arrows from the wall. Don't know how they ended up there. I need to kill somebody.
There you go.
Let's go.
Might have a chance real soon. Get your stuff. We're up on the bow.
Follow him quietly.
Alright, you can get some clothes on first.
Sure! I don't
Armor,
know why
at
you made me naked. I don't know why, but okay, yeah, sure.
Alcohol. It does strange things to people. So, everybody makes their way up on. Stapleton is standing at the bow of the ship, still looking just completely stoically stern-faced. He reaches out with the spyglass, just kind of handing it back absently to whomever.
I will
I'm
take
probably
it.
not up.
Yep, okay. Draken, you grab the spyglass.
I will use it as well to see what's going on.
Alright. Have you ever used a spyglass before? Probably not.
Probably not.
Okay. So it takes you a second
mean,
to kind of, it takes you a second. It takes you a second, but once you hone in, the first thing you see is a strange looking metal and wood device with a small balloon on the top and a set of wings and a propeller in the back, being piloted by what looks like a human-sized raven.
The sirens are going on.
Yep.
Wouldn't be would, ICO. And Draken just smiles. And pockets the spyglass.
All right, you pocket the spyglass. You stick it in your pocket. This is mine now.
Yep.
Can I see?
Oh, certainly. I hand it to Master.
Thanks.
Alright, what we got?
I want to look
It's to
through it,
be-
obviously.
Something riding a very flammable object. A small crow or raven-like, a bird creature.
Oh yeah, those guys.
See if they can fly without help.
All right. No, you're not pulling that off with that one, Maury. Master, you're a little more honed in. I will say that you see 5 of these contraptions beelining towards you. You see it's kind of weird. It is a motley little crew beelining for you. Like there's a bird and a cat and a little short person, and like it's really confusing. You're like, what am I looking at? But they're beelining right for you. They're still a little ways off.
Anybody else want to see what this is? Because I have no idea.
I've seen what I need. Boss, who might be coming to visit us that we'd actually want to be visited by? The Stapleton.
This is trouble. This is trouble like you haven't seen yet.
I think we're specialists in trouble. Draken?
He's just smiling from ear to ear. Alright, let him get a little closer. I got a new trick I've been dying to try.
Oh no.
Any guns on this boat?
There are a side of 6 cannons on either side, and 1 ballista on the bow.
Draken holds up his hand.
Is anybody manning the ballista?
Not presently, no.
Hey, Master, you want to get this one with me?
I mean, shouldn't we wait to see what they want before we start shooting at them? Just a thought, maybe? I don't know.
See? That's a good point.
Handguns
Boss
aren't
says
my
trouble.
thing, but, like,
I'm gonna call it trouble. No
Boss
uninvited
said-
guests on this crew.
Boss said we were sent out here for the shunications, and then he called them, like, then he spoke badly about them, like he didn't send us here on their behalf. Like, his definition of trouble is very fluid, is all I'm saying. And why would
While
I
Master is
start
saying
now?
this, Jimmy's loading the ballast.
I mean, if you want to take a shot, by all means, be my guest. I'll get behind you, but, like,
Alright.
I'm
So
not
you're
good at
loading-
guns.
You're
Wait.
loading up the ballista. Has Jimmy ever used a ballista?
I would say he has seen it used, but never used one.
Alright. Give me we'll just say a raw intelligence check.
Is there a second one? I would like to know.
You could assist him. There's just the one, but you'll give him advantage if you assist him.
Comical.
It's gonna be pretty hard to convince somebody to align with us when we're shooting at them out of the sky before they get a chance to talk to us.
Adds advantage, by the way.
Yes.
I guess whatever works, right?
Or was that your advantage?
That was advantage, my man. That's 2.
Yeah, you're having a hard time figuring out the engineering behind this thing. It's confusing.
Is Draken smarter than Jimmy?
There's a fair chance, man. I don't have a plus to int. I'm all charisma.
His brain is rotted.
Completely shocked. Draken is.
Jimmy's what you call streetwise.
If that's the case, I'm smarter than you. Yikes.
Oh, almost certainly.
Everyone's smarter than Kong.
Oh, you get there, bud.
With the current roll and the assistance of my fine fellows, how far do we get loading this ballista?
You're fumbling with it, honestly. If I'm being totally honest. Yeah, you're having a hard time working the. Like, you can get the bolt placed in it, but as far as cranking back the actual load, you're not really sure.
Jimmy gets frustrated, washes his hands of the whole affair, and goes off to find some Becklerite dude who knows how this thing works. He goes in a hurry.
All right.
How close are they?
They're still a ways off. Like, you had to use the spyglass to really see anything more than a speck.
Oh, wait till they're closer. 120 feet. And his watch.
Alright, that's gonna be a little bit.
I figure, but Draken is going to enjoy it when they show up.
I'm gonna try
Alright.
to figure out the ballista as well.
Yeah, it seems like time for preparations. I go for a Becklerite. I stop after that to talk to Stapleton, maybe mobilize the ship to ready fire.
Alright.
Stapleton's up there with me, right?
Yeah, he's up on the bow with you guys.
Hey, what do you mean by trouble? What does that mean?
I suppose it's time to tell you the truth.
You think?
Forgive me for holding things back, but I had to know for sure.
I'm sorry,
You're saying
holding
that
things back is my first
Stapleton?
language. I completely understand.
My friends, my brothers and sisters in arms, we are on the threshold of a devastating conspiracy. A alignment of some of the greatest powers of our time have come together to manipulate the greatest kingdom of our age in an attempt to destroy their opposition. The downside of this is that I believe what they're planning will have a more far-reaching and negative impact on the world at large than they believe it will. And if we do not stop this, the death toll will be in the tens, if not hundreds of thousands. Those contraptions flying this way are piloted by some of the most dangerous individuals in the realm. And I have no doubt in my mind that they have been sent here by that conspiracy to lay waste to our plans to preserve life and the sanctity of freedom and well-being, which we have stood for so long. Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow crewmen, prepare to defend borders.
Jimmy
We're the only
arrives
ones
with a
on this
Becklerite
ship.
just in time for this last line and says, "Now that's what I'm talking about. Let's get."
Are we
So,
the only ones on this ship now, or has everybody else
There-
been thrown off?
no, there are 113 Becklerite sky sailors on this ship.
Is anybody
130.
commanding them, or?
Stapleton.
Oh, okay. So he just told them to get ready to defend.
Yeah, they just went and attended to the cannons and the ballista.
All right. Well, that's taken care of. I
That's
am
better.
gonna. Not really any good at anything besides melee range. I'm gonna stealth.
You
Step
I
one,
will
hide.
reach out and pull out my wand,
I'm stealth.
magic missile,
Get away.
and
from
offer
the
it
bad.
out. See if Master takes it.
Okay, I will take that just before I vanish. Hopefully.
Don't
do
use
this
more
right.
than 6 charges.
Alright.
I go off looking for the armory, see if I can get myself one of these big ass blunderbuss.
Okay.
Don't know if that's good enough, but we'll.
There are a number of blunderbusses down below decks that you'd be able to find. Okay. No worries, Maury. Yeah, so you head down deck to go find a blunderbuss of your own, Jimmy?
Yes, I do.
Alright. And there's going to be some disadvantage to using one because you have no idea how they work.
Nope.
If you get one that's preloaded, you'll get basically one free shot. Reloading it's going to be a whole different matter.
Might there be a quartermaster in charge of the armor?
There is.
I approach the quartermaster with my inquiries regarding a blunderbuss to repel boarders, and perhaps a quick instructional on its.
Okay. Maury, was that your roll?
Yeah.
Okay. It looked like it just kind of perturbed him a little, but he looked at you understandingly.
This is for not taking care of a child, you asshole. Go on and try to fucking help.
Alright. Alright, so Jimmy, give me an intelligence check.
Oh no.
Here come that raw D20. Guns he's a little more comfortable with, God knows.
Alright. Jimmy, you will actually be able to reload one for the time being. It'll take you a full round to reload one. But you will be able to get a shot off, reload. He'll give you 5 rounds with the blunderbuss.
Sweet.
The aerial marines have taken their stances along the edge of the bow. Each one of them is carrying a halberd, getting ready to repel boarders. Stapleton and Jimmy are at the front with blunderbusses. What are the rest of you doing?
Arya stands as much in a defensive position as she can, being ready to offer buff, debuff spells, healing spells, like whatever's needed. She is a support in the backline.
Okay.
I'm
So-
crawled up halfway, like up a crow's nest.
You want to go up the mast of the ship, basically?
Not all the way up, just like part way up. About,
Okay.
I'd say, about 20 feet up.
Okay. Give me a athletics check.
Okie dokie. Let's see. This is probably gonna end horribly. Athletics.
If you roll a 1, we may lose Kong. Alright. That's fine. You get about halfway up the rigging towards the dirigible itself. Alright. Yeah, that's fine, Maury. You actually have a little more than that.
I am gonna stand as far forward as I can, as close to them as possible, so that
right.
I am just gonna wait till they're 120 feet in front of me, and
Okay.
I am
I'm in
gonna
the back.
unleash hell.
Okay.
Put up.
Everybody give me a perception roll, please.
Ooh.
Oh, we could have kept the chain going.
On the plus side, she got higher than the chain, so I think that's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not exactly a failure.
20, 20, 20, 20. Oh my god.
Oh,
Except for my 7.
that's all right. Based on where you're actually at. So, as you guys are focused in, watching these contraptions aim at you, it's like this cold chill comes over you, and you hear this sound, this whoosh, whoosh, whoosh,
Oh no.
and you look down, and coming up from beneath the airship is the shadow dragon from earlier. Just whoosh, whoosh, full speed, like barreling towards the underbelly of the airship.
When I see that overgrown kobold, I want to do something.
All right.
But I want to check the tone first.
I want to fall to one knee for stability.
All right.
I want to
Mhm.
change my aspect to summer.
Okay.
That's the anger one, right? Yeah.
So as you guys are preparing, you just hear Stapleton's brace for impact.
Duly braced.
Aim.
So this thing's barreling towards you. You guys have a matter of seconds before it makes impact. I'm gonna give you a little time. What are you doing?
I'm getting away from the edge of the ship. If I was very close to it, I'm getting close to the deck and grabbing.
Okay.
Inspired dragon.
I don't have a whole lot of time. I'm just gonna hold on to the pole with
If
for
it's
dear
coming
life.
towards me, I'm getting ready.
All right. Boom! This thing impacts into the bottom of the ship. Everybody, I need you to make me a dex save, please.
Oh, deck save, you say?
You say
Oh,
that just because you said that, you're gonna crit fail.
Oh no.
Never taunt the gods of the dice.
No, they don't
I'm not
like us.
taunting. I'm just celebrating because I finally get to roll this.
Dragon, you have a D8 for your roll.
Still not 20. Wow.
You might want to burn that, buddy.
Yeah, you
I'm
might.
gonna save it. I'm gonna save it.
All right. Is that everybody? Oh wait. Hang on. I gotta roll for Hagrid.
It holds up to 10 minutes, Dragon.
Okay.
All right.
I am gonna hold off on that for the moment.
So Mori, Kong, Master, and Agron managed to keep their footing or their hold, depending.
I'm gonna-
Draken, Freya, and Jimmy. You all, the impact hits, and you guys are launched into the air, like tumbling, free falling, 3,000 feet up into the sky. I'm gonna give you each a shot to grab hold of rigging or another person or a chunk of the dirigible.
Oh man, I specifically got away from the edge.
You did well. It hit the bottom and launched the whole thing up.
Ah, shit.
What check do we need to make?
Another dex check, please.
Okay.
These are awesome.
Oh no.
I will burn my D8 for this one. So 8. No, that's all right.
We're clawing our way up the stand.
Well, I'm. Okay.
So was that just Freya and Draken?
Oh, I rolled. That 9's mine.
Oh no. Okay, so you guys see your 3 teammates go tumbling off
Like off the ship.
the ship.
I'm face stepping back on if I'm like 30 feet away from it.
Yes, you
Try to
are.
grab one.
I face step back on
Okay.
immediately.
You face step. This is gonna be difficult. Give me a d20. It's probably gonna happen, but I gotta give you a chance to fail.
Come on, Freya, come on.
All right. So in a moment of panic, you manage to like right and orient yourself towards the ship, and you're like, shit. Back onto the ship. Okay, so
What are we
Jimmy,
gonna do about the other 2?
Maury, you're trying to grab one. I'm not gonna even give you a chance to decide which one. Make your roll, please. Roll to hit.
Strength or what?
Just d20. Give me a d20. You brushed Jimmy's fingers and not quite grab hold. Draken, Jimmy, you are tumbling through the air. 5 seconds.
I
Are we
would
tumbling
like to
together?
I would like to get to
I
Jimmy.
grab-
Can I
I
try
grabbed
to touch
Draken.
them?
Okay.
I cast Thunder Step. 90 feet within sight, and I just explode the area around us. Sure there's nothing around? As long as I can see it, I can transform us both within 90 feet.
Hey.
All right. So Jimmy, d20 to grab hold of Draken.
Well, can you have advantage? Because I'm trying to do the same thing.
I'll consider it if it's a horrible roll. Yeah,
It's a
go ahead.
horrible roll.
Go ahead and take advantage.
Come on.
All right, just barely. You guys like brush fingers, slap hands, whack his ass, and then you're like, "I got you!" All
I
right,
get an ankle.
give me a concentration check, Draken.
Okay. Oh, this is gonna. I was hoping.
What the hell is concentration?
Assume that's 10.
Oh.
All right, you stumble and falter for a second, but manage to get the spell off, transporting you back. Boom.
And heavy breathing.
So you guys hit the deck. Freya, you hit the deck right about
Hey.
just a few seconds right before them. Everyone else is gripping tightly.
How close were we to the dragon? Because he hit it, so were we. We fell off, you said. So were we within 10 feet
Oh.
of the dragon?
Yeah, well, yes, and like he skirted past the fight full speed. Like he knocked the bottom. You guys went tumbling, and he kept going.
Okay, so he wasn't close to us.
No. You
Okay.
see Stapleton clinging to the deck, all his strength. A number of the Bechtelrites just went, boo, like about 5 or 6 of them go tumbling over the sides, screaming to their death.
I look around for my fallen blunderbuss going, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
I just want to say, during that jarred moment, I lost my grip on Chucky, and he went overboard.
Oh no!
No.
How close? Also, future, just so you know, when I teleported, there was a thunderclap that can be heard up to 300 feet away.
Boom.
Some
Deafening.
some child hears boom and then catches a little doll.
From the heavens.
Yeah.
So, hey, Eric Kong, do me a favor. Roll d20.
Me?
Yep, roll d20. Is that your roll there?
Yeah.
All right. And what's your favorite number?
13.
Okay. Chucky goes flying out of your hands. And then this strange whirl of iridescent light surrounds him. And he turns and looks at you and goes, "You're gonna die!" And actually bolts through the air, defying all logic and gravity, and launches himself back into your pack.
Oh, Chucky.
Everybody watching is a little unnerved.
It's a little weird.
That's my Chucky.
Aw, that is
Wow.
adorable. Okay, back to the devil that had.
Just a monkey and his doll.
The dragon is coming around for another pass through, and the distant contraptions are getting ever closer. The Bechtorites are doing everything they can right now. You can hear the cannons start roaring. Doom, 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 doom.
I try to grab a blunderbuss if there's one that I dropped or somebody else's that they dropped nearby. But if I don't have time to do that and also get where something is over my head, then I do the second instead.
Look at that. You never let go of the blunderbuss.
Hey, I'm good. I'm good. Alright, I'm gonna try actually to secure myself to the deck rapidly with the pitons and rope in my...
Alright. Alright, yeah, give me a... You know what, let's just say a basic dex check. Yeah, no problem.
Nice.
Thank you, sir.
Alright, so Jimmy secures himself and readies for another charge, blunderbuss in hand. This thing is making its way back around quickly, although...
I'm preparing to, if I can,
You
see
do.
what it's doing and how close it's getting. Because if it gets close enough, I can use, try to use this alchemist fire I have.
Okay. Well, the first, like, you guys were here. He came up from beneath, whacked the ship, knocked it like that, blew through. He's coming back around, and this time he's going to be coming down on you, this way. Most likely with a breath attack.
We don't like
Alchemist
those.
Fire might not be the best option, so I'm probably gonna recalculate. I don't like this.
I'm gonna try to take
Okay.
cover from the railing.
Alright.
Just yeah, whatever direction he's coming from, I'm gonna try to like.
And if he's in 30 feet, I'm gonna shoot a crossbow bolt.
Okay.
I'm just gonna like anchor myself down, try to get a weapon and throw it at him. I guess. I don't know what I could throw. Oh, I'll throw some oil.
Well, here, I tell you what.
I take the dodge action?
I forgot we could do that. Oh man.
That's probably not a bad idea.
Can I have advantage because the air is burned?
Let's get a initiative rolls real quick.
Yeah. Alright.
I'm back.
Welcome
Could we
back. To
have
catch you up, the
food?
dragon is approaching us from the from above and appears to be readying a breath.
Just be what?
Mine didn't
Readying
track
the
as
breath
much as
weapon.
16. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
Also,
boy,
we're heading
brain
into
dead.
combat with the dragon and ourselves. Are we gonna get like that planning session we talked about in chat?
Too bad.
Ah.
Wanted-
Overrated.
I don't know if there's
like,
a
I can literally
chance.
only talk for less than an hour, and that's why I'm asking.
I don't know if there's a chance, but before going into initiative, I wanted to recharge one of my 3rd level spell slots. It's an action. Like after I landed, I want to recharge it.
All right. I will let it go.
Alrighty.
Let it go.
Please no.
That's the sound of a haunted man.
That's the sound of a man who watches that show, like, or movie, 3 times a day.
Way too much.
Yes.
Are you asking for the sing-along version? Because Sarah
Oh.
has it.
No.
It's only-
No.
Has a special version where it's only the songs back to back.
No.
We're disassociating hard people.
Just for your record,
you
it's
tell that
about
we don't-
30 minutes long.
Can you tell that we're not ready for this?
Are you kidding me? I am so ready for this.
I am not prepared at all.
It's excitement time.
I'm not.
Be sure to equip your dual magical swords, and remember, they both have a chance to proc sneak attacks, but you can only proc one a turn.
To go,
I'm wielding, but I don't-
Solo a dragon.
All right.
I'm gonna try to like get some rope off the
Oh.
scaffolding or whatever is around me and tie it to my ankle before I do that, so I'm secured to the ship, because I don't want to have to like let go of one of these swords in order to save my life to get me back on the ship.
Yeah, I want to tie myself to the pole as well.
I can easily cut myself free if I need to, but I don't want to be near my weapons, you know. Just double checking, making sure everything's tied shut and we're all good.
Careful how you do that. I did it with the climber's kit, so I've got 25-foot range of motion. If you just tie yourself to something, that might be bad.
Oh, yeah.
So
Let me see what I have in my pack.
just rope around your hand a little bit and hold it.
I got a
Okay.
grappling hook that I wrapped around and hooked it to.
Oh boy. Okay, ready?
Nope.
Oh god.
Trying to find my pack.
Did the
It's not
dragon
having
roll a
rope.
20?
The dragon rolled a 20.
Yeah, I would guess I have a grappling hook which has rope on it, so.
Which I apologize for in advance.
Hey, bro, I dodged.
Alright. Yeah, I don't know. Might as well as I can with 50 feet of range. 49.
All right, so all right, so he rears around. Jesus.
He is looking at the number of dice.
Yeah, he comes back around, roaring, just barreling through the air at full speed, and unleashes his breath weapon across the deck of the ship. Here, I will be fair. Okay. Everybody, make a Constitution save, please.
What about us who are not on the deck of the ship?
It's across the whole deck.
I'm not on the deck. I'm halfway up the crow's thing,
The mast.
the mast.
I would like to cutting
Do I still take it?
Well, make me a say. I'll give you advantage.
Okay.
John.
Aha!
Is it a straight con save? You don't get a dex to try and avoid the effect?
Good question. Good question.
It probably depend on where you're located. Like,
Sucks.
can you jump over the edge, or are you just kind of stuck nowhere and have nowhere to dodge?
Yeah. Honestly, you would have had to go over the edge to avoid this one.
Oh, never mind. Yeah.
It's a 60-foot cone.
Mm.
Perfect.
I still wanted to cutting words up.
No, if you had any of
Oh.
if you had any of the thief abilities that still give you the,
It's a reaction.
It's freaking 6,
Ooh.
yo. Never seen anything that low. That's
As a
insane.
reaction, when a creature, if it's not immune to be charmed, you can see within 60 feet, makes an attack roll.
Yeah,
ability
I want to
check.
use my reaction to try to
Or
help me
something
dodge
else.
if I can.
I spent
I
one
don't-
bardic inspiration.
Unfortunately, it is not exactly an attack roll. It is an area of effect.
Yeah, never mind.
and he is immune to your charms.
He's
Tried
immune
so
to fucking
hard.
everything.
I
Just
tried.
Master. We do
Alright.
have uncanny dodge. You can use that to cut it in half damage
You
wise.
can have the damage taken.
Yeah, I think I have that.
You're level 5 rogue. You got it.
You should.
It's your brand new thing. It's all we got this level.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll have to use that one then. Oh, look, that seems handy. Yeah. Gonna need it. Easy.
Let's see here.
Doing the We're So Dead dance.
Yeah.
We're so dead. We're alive, but we're dead.
We're all going to be new characters.
We're all gonna die. Yeah.
Alright, so. Sorry, I'm trying to.
Count all the dice.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Bandio.
Just in time.
Lots of death.
Witness our destruction.
Oh god.
We're not gonna hold it against you if you fudge the numbers a little bit.
It depends which way he's fudging them.
I don't think they need to go any higher.
No, I'm doing it all in my favor. What are you talking about? Alright,
The
so.
DM wants to kill you.
So, this blast of pure shadow just waves across the entire deck of the ship. You just see, like, the other crewmen, like, wither and fall over, just emaciated husks beneath the might of this blast of negative energy that just decimates the deck. Hang on, where are your rolls? Let's see, Jimmy and Maury. You guys managed to kind of duck down and kind of get just enough out of the way that it doesn't really hit you. The two of you are the only ones that see this. Up in the air, floating between the ship and the dragon, you see Phoebe. Arms outstretched, taking the brunt of the attack. Teeth just gritted, screaming at the top of her lungs in defiance as she just absorbs the energy. You actually watch as she sucks in all of this negative
Holy
energy.
shit.
Her eyes begin to glow with a pure black energy.
Phoebe is a motherfucking badass. I love her for protecting us.
Do I make it? Because I got a 19.
The rest of you,
-3 levels.
Oh, come on. I don't want to go back to being a little baby.
the rest of you lose 3 points of Constitution.
Does that count as the uncanny dodge thing? Because I would like to try to do
That is not damage.
that. Oh, man.
I rolled the
I
19.
Ignore that.
Does
Shot,
it affect me as well?
Did you roll a 19?
Roll the 19, yeah.
You did. Yeah, you dodged it as well. The 3 points, by the way, is already halved.
Oh.
Thanks to Phoebe.
Lord.
Yikes. Alright, how do I do that?
If you click on it, it opens up the page. Ignore those rolls. And then you have modifier. You can adjust the modifier there. So if you click the down arrow, it'll subtract.
Tried that, it's not working. Why is it not letting me do that?
Oh,
Does
weird.
the movement provoke
I'm gonna do
opportunity
other
attack?
modifier. I don't know if that'll work.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm meant by modifier.
Does the
Alright.
dragon's movement, do you mean?
Yeah.
Alright.
For
He's not in melee
Warcraft.
range.
No.
Oh, I got an error code. What?
Are you doing this on D&D Beyond?
Yes.
Here, hang on.
It's taking a year to load. I think it's gonna do it. Yeah, I did it.
Please make note of your actual score. This is technically temporary.
Oh, fantastic.
I mean, it can be recovered. This is a permanent loss.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Okay. But yeah, keep note of your actual score. So. All right. So yeah, like I said, the three of you that managed to avoid it and aren't actually like busy having your soul sucked out of your body, see Phoebe standing between you and certain doom, absorbing this energy, screaming at the top of her lungs in defiance, eyes glowing brightly but black at the same time. And you just see her pulsing with negative energy, as if she's just building up to something. Alright. That brings
Nice.
it around to Jimmy.
Am I up? Did I roll second highest?
You did. Your 21 is second highest.
Smooth. I turn my attention back down from that. I assume they're further out than the blunderbuss can hit. It's actually relatively short range.
The six contraptions.
No, the dragon. I turn my attention back to the 6 contraptions.
The six contraptions are still a ways out. The dragon you could potentially hit.
All right, you know, I'll take it. Let's give it a roll.
All right.
I assume this is the blunderbuss from the Cairn source book.
Correct.
Probably I don't have proficiency in this, given that it's a weapon I've literally never seen before.
That is correct.
Dex weapon, being ranged.
Correct.
There's a 2-hit, sir.
All right. Blam! The force of the weapon knocks you almost off your feet. It's the first time you fired it. You're impressed by the power that you can feel running through it. However, you see it shunt off this thing's shoulder. You wonder if you maybe pissed it off.
Oh, that don't bode
Make
well
it
at
more
all.
mad than it was.
Yikes.
So, from my position on deck, is there any roof I could get over my head?
You'd have to go below decks.
How far is the closest entrance to below decks?
15 feet.
Hey, I can get down that without undoing the rope. Perfect.
You get the pole.
I get myself over there and just kind of wait by the edge. Then that's all I got, man.
Alright, so you bolt.
I don't bolt. I'm over by the entrance to below decks. I'm by the hatch.
Well, I assume you're not moseying.
Oh, I move, but I'm trying to be careful here. I keep getting knocked off this damn thing.
Alright. So that brings us to Kong. What are you up to?
So, if I wanted to combine two things in my pack, that would pretty much be an action, right?
Depending on the complexity, most likely.
So, I want to take two things and tie them together. That'd probably be an action, right?
Definitely.
All right. So I'm gonna kind of just brace myself on the mast, and I'm gonna start digging in my bag, and I'm gonna take a little bit of the rope, and I'm gonna grab Chucky, and I'm gonna grab something else out of my bag, and I'm gonna tie the rope around these two things so they're tied together. I'm gonna bind it off and tear it, and I'm just gonna hold on to it. And that's my turn. Is gonna spend combining Chucky, tying this thing to Chucky.
Alright. So you... So you tie it to Chucky.
Yep.
Alright. That's your move?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm melee. What am I gonna do to a flying dragon?
Master, you're up.
Oh, isn't this lovely? I am going to, I don't know what improvise is. That's an action I'm allowed. What is that? Am I also 15 feet from the door? Because I would like to go, if I'm allowed, over there.
You're about 15 feet.
Alright, yeah. I got 49-ish feet of rope to scurry with because I used my grappling hook. I'm gonna try to get over there too, to try to hide. I can use that. I can use a thing for that. Let me check this. Using the bonus action to hide as a cunning action.
Alright. Give me your roll.
Quickly, hide in a hole.
Okay, what is that? Stealth?
Yep.
Oh, great! I have advantage to that.
There you go. The master dives into the shadows. No pun intended based on what you're facing. Alright, master, is that it?
I think so. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have. I'm out.
Alright. Stapleton is up next. He throws down his blunderbuss, runs up midship, and shouts up at Phoebe. Phoebe! Damn it, girl! Just do it! Just do it! And immediately stands there like this. Just.
Oh man.
Man.
Alright. Freya, you're up.
Good. Well, how high up is that dragon flying above us?
Right about now, about 90 feet.
Never mind then. I was thinking of a thing, but
Too much thinking, not enough doing.
let's see.
Rescue us all. Please.
It's not much I can do.
I know the feeling.
Come on, man. I'm a rogue on an airship.
But what about Chucky on a stick, though?
There's a method
Come
to
on.
there's a method to the madness.
Let's see. I am going to cast Fog Cloud, centered on myself, to give people, to give our party a means to hide if they want to.
Getting some cover. Alright. Alright, so you cast Fog Cloud?
Yeah, and that's basically my turn. I have no, attacks or anything that can really help here.
Alright, no, you're good.
Can you pop the description for that into the roll 20? Because I don't remember what fog cloud.
Description: you create a 20-foot radius sphere of fog centered on a point within range. The sphere spreads out around corners and its area is heavily obscured. It lasts for the duration or until a wind of moderate or greater speed, at least 10 miles per hour, disperses it. I mean, it may be already gone, shit, but yeah.
Just gonna say.
It might blow away quickly, but it'll give you maybe a round of cover.
Yeah.
That's alright, that's right, every little bit. Alright, so Phoebe is up next. Phoebe looks down at Stapleton. You see her pulse with energy as she fires out an Eldritch Blast, the likes of which you've never seen. This is the Kamehameha of Eldritch Blast.
Do we hear her up there just going, Kamehameha? Maya!
Pretty much. Exactly.
The fuck?
And still not enough.
Oh man, that's brutal.
So there we go.
No ones. Nice.
This thing hits the dragon full in the chest. And you can just see ripping and tearing chunks of scales and flesh tear off this thing. And it rears back because it has never been hit like this before in its life. Much less by a little girl. So the dragon rears back and looks confused. Draken.
Alright. I am gonna do something completely and totally insane.
Must be a Saturday.
pretty bad. Hey, most of my completely and utterly insane plans work. Seems to like me. I am actually gonna reach in and pull out the wand I found all those times ago. The one that teleported Jimmy away. I'm gonna try to use it on the dragon.
Oh, that's an idea.
All right.
It backfires and Draken disappears.
I don't even know what it's gonna do, but like I said, I am gonna go for insanity, because that's what I do.
All right. So you're gonna glitter bomb it. Give me some rolls.
I don't know.
We never did specify how the to-hit roll works on that, since I let him hit me with it willingly.
True. What is the legitimate name we're talking about here that I gave you? Or that you gave me?
According to you, was a wand of invisibility, but weird. And everyone who's identified it was weird, and the only time we actually used it on anyone was Jimmy, where it teleported him away. I don't actually
It did some
know.
things.
But no, where are you aiming it specifically?
The dragon, at its head.
Right, huh? Give me a ranged attack, please.
Okay. Ranged attack. So
Spell attack, maybe?
Yeah,
I forget how wands.
Ranged spell attack for this particular case.
okay. My check. Does the luck stone involve in this at all?
Maybe. We'll see.
Okay. See what happens. 15 with normal, 16 without. And I assume I just gotta touch it.
Alright, roll me a percentage roll, please.
Alrighty. First number will be 10, second number will be 1s. 100.
Wow.
What the?
You love to see it.
As I said, reality wakes me in roll 20.
What?
Well,
Alright.
Choosing to assume that that is a good result.
Yeah. So Draken pulls out this wand of invisibility and is like, well, look, here we go. Wow. You guys see this blasting, blinding beam of light shoot out of the wand, striking the dragon, once again, full on. You see its wings rip off of its body and disintegrate in a sheer, pulsating magnitude of power and energy just tearing across the sky. And the dragon begins to plummet to the ground, screeching and wailing as it goes.
Now who's the real dragon?
What?
Sparkler explosion.
I just hang from the mast going,
Dead. Literally.
Just an idea. Way Draken perceives his magic is he believes he asks reality nice enough and it alters itself to his will. And this makes him believe even harder.
That solidified a little bit of that.
Apparently that was brilliant.
So yeah, it's not.
Spray and she just looks like amazed, basically.
It's not dead, but you can see it just tumbling down through the sky. You just see these bursts of its breath weapon blasting out every now and then, and you hear it screeching and wailing as the sound of its roar starts to just fade and fade until you see it boom hit the ground right outside the elven lands.
Draken?
My crazy plans work.
One day you're gonna have to tell me how you did that.
Ask reality nicely, and she says yes.
I
this
believe you.
I guess if it works. I don't know.
Not gonna deny this time.
Yeah, hey, what can you say to that? Over here running completely scared. Here he comes
God
with
damn.
a wand to kill everything.
And I found in the very first adventure that we thought was utterly useless, but it's been on my sheet.
Good job keeping up with that, man. That's 9 out of 10.
So the 6 contraptions, was it 6 I said?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Or no, is it
5? You
5?
said 6
It's
or
5.
7 first, and it was 5. So.
It's
I
5.
thought 5. I don't know if I missed one.
5. It's hard to tell with the distance, but yeah, they're getting a little closer. With what just happened, you see them begin to scatter out.
Oh, come back. I want to kill them too.
They're not running away. They're flanking. 3 on one side, 2 on the other.
You do want to avoid a broadside like that.
But
how long we got on those? Estimate.
it's still pretty distant. It's hard to say because of especially now that they're going roundabout. They're
Slows
not,
the approach a little.
They're not on an intercept course. At this point, you're wondering if maybe they're trying to get around behind you at this point. They're smaller craft, probably a lot faster and more maneuverable than what you're in.
So, before we engage in another fight, knowing that it's getting close to midnight, is this going to wind down, or are we going to get into a big fight? Because I know Master's going to be losing a mic.
Yeah. This is fine. We can actually cut here.
What a time.
It's kind of a cliffhanger moment.
Yeah.
Kind of.
It is a cliffhanger. But we all know who's on those 5 craft.
Bitches.
But what's really gonna happen is Draken single-handedly averts the apocalypse and becomes the new god of the setting.
Honestly, not even mad.
I mean, I was sure I was going to kill at least one of you tonight, and then he rolled a double lot.
Draken becomes like the C-3PO in the Ewok village.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Does your D100 sheet say on 100?
Kill a dragon is what it says.
No, I can't even get into exactly what it is because it'll give away what that wand is.
Okay, never mind.
Tell us when it no longer matters, because I do want to know.
Yeah,
Oh,
same.
I'll tell you when it no longer matters, but yeah, he just ripped that thing a new one.
Oh,
I think we can cut the epic music, begin a little wind down, let the heart rates return to normal.
No, that's my theme music now.
Yes, but only when you're killing things.
Wait, here we go. Ready?
It's having Queen Bridget.
Oh, it's not doing it.
Not yet.
I picture more of like Elton John's Rocket Man being Draken's theme music.
something happened.
Ray's
Okay,
theme
music
music would
on.
be.
Oh no.
Just one last shout.
Oh. All right.
Dear viewers, now and of the VOD, we were glad to have you here with us for just rolling hundreds, I guess.
Yeah, we spiked at 11 viewers tonight, so that's a good number. We're working our way up.
Hey, nice.
It was
We're
inside.
level 6 now for taking out a great worm.
I mean,
Don't be
honestly,
greedy.
That's a fair question.
And here's another one.
Well,
Does
technically, we
Stricken
didn't take
gain
it out.
extra levels because he's the one who brought it down.
His testicles grew 3 sizes that day.
I did not
Won't
need to
fit
know
in the
that.
pants anymore. If you haven't
Someone just
figured
roll
out by
up.
now, the intestines